Now we are coming to unit number 2. We are studying the primary flying control surface. The first surface is aileron. Ailerons are primary flight control surface which control movement about the longitudinal axis of an aircraft. This movement is also referred as roll. So aileron will control the rolling motion of an aircraft. The ailerons are attached to the outboard trailing edge of the each wing. Now we're looking at the picture. This is the outboard trailing edge of wing. So aileron are attached to outboard trailing edge of the each wing. There are two wings are there, left wing and right wing. Both aileron are attached to the outboard trailing edge of each wing. Towards trailing edge of the wing. When a manual or autopilot control input is made, ailerons are moving opposite direction from one another. So we are looking at the picture. During a left roll or right roll, one aileron is moving opposite to another. So aileron will move in opposite direction from one to another. That's why they are said to be differential flying control surface. So it can be operated manually. It can be operated through autopilot. Now, in large transport category aircrafts, there are two sets of ailerons are mounted on each wing as compared to light aircraft. Light aircraft have only one set of aileron is available. That means left wing has one aileron and a right wing has one aileron. But if you compare the light aircraft with transport category aircraft, the transport category aircraft has two sets of ailerons are mounted on each wing. They are said to be inboard and outboard aileron. And as an example, here, suppose this is a left wing. So left wing contain, this is the inboard aileron, or here it is outboard aileron. Similarly, a right wing will contain inboard aileron and outboard aileron. So that means transport category aircraft has four aileron. Two ailerons are mounted on each wing. They are said to be two inboard aileron and two outboard aileron. For slow speed flight, both inboard and outboard aileron will active. For high speed flight, the outboard aileron is get locked and only the inboard or high speed aileron is functional. This inboard is also known as high speed aileron because they generally activate at high speed, and this is known as the low speed. Generally, both will active in low speed, but at a high speed, only this will get active and this will get locked. Now, what will happen if at a high speed, outboard aileron will get activated? So, if outboard aileron will get deflected at high speed, the air load will cause the wing twisting. How wing twisting? The air load will arise on this aileron will twist the tip of this area, this wing, and it will create a damage. So that's why at high speed, outboard aileron will not get activated. It will get automatically locked. Now we'll go for operation of aileron. Aileron will operate through control wheel or move the stick to left and right as desired. Now this is the control stick. Control stick will move left and right. Now aileron will get deflected. Now we are getting one condition here. If control is moved towards the right, now this is the movement of control stick toward the right. Now what will be the position of right aileron? So here is a right aileron or here is a left aileron. So when the control stick will at right, moves towards the right, tilt toward the right side, the right aileron will raise above the wing. So right aileron will deflected upward. The left aileron will descend below the wing. It will deflect downward. This will cause right wing has less lift and less drag. This wing has, if it get deflected upward, so this wing has less lift and less drag as compared to the left wing. Now left wing has more lift and more drag, or that drag is nothing, it is known as the induced drag, and which is created by the lift generation. So there must be a differential of lift and differential of drag in both left and right wing. That will result the aircraft rolling towards right. And one unwanted situation will arise that is known as the adverse yaw. That means aircraft will roll towards left. Aircraft will yaw towards left. That is the unwanted phenomena, which will created due to difference of drag on left and right side of the wing. That is required to be countered. Now, what is adverse yaw? Adverse yaw is the tendency of airplane to yaw in opposite directions of the roll. Now, aircraft is rolling towards right. An unwanted situation will arise. The nose, the heading of aircraft will change towards left. That situation is known as the adverse yaw. That is required to be countered. As aircraft roll to the right, may initially yaw to left. This is the primary fundamental that we can say, as per Newton's third law of motion, every action has its equal and opposite reaction. So yaw may be a reaction of roll. Rolling motion, we are going for rolling motion, will get a reaction that is adverse yaw. Now question is, why does loading and aileron increase drag? Basically, if the aileron will deflected downward, it will create a more lift, or due to that lift, the drag will created, which is known as the induced drag. So now when aileron will get lower, it changes the chord line of the wing, creating a higher angle of attack. As angle of attack and lift get increased, now induced drag will get increased because of drag created as an aileron is lower, is known as induced drag. So if aileron will get deflected downward, it will increase the camber, it will make the aerofoil safe. Now wing will produce maximum lift and by the cost of maximum induced drag. Now we have different configurations of aileron. Basically, we'll come to the type of aileron. But that type of aileron will come with the design. So as per the design concern, we have two kinds of ailerons are available. One is known as the differential type of aileron, or second is known as the Fries type of ailerons. These both design are able to counteract adverse yaw situation. So now how the adverse yaw can be counteracted? That by adopting the two design in the aileron, yeah, basically will adopt either differential type of aileron design or either Fries type of aileron design. These two designs generally adopt in all aircrafts. There is a third method also available to counteract the adverse yaw situation. That is by using the rudder input. When aircraft is getting roll, the pilot will apply the rudder input. By applying the rudder input, the adverse yaw situation will be countered. Now we'll come to differential type of aileron. Now, what is differential type of aileron basically? So it is a design in which aileron which get deflected upward is deflected at a greater distance than the one which deflected in the downward direction. So we are looking at the picture. The upgoing aileron is deflected more as compared to downgoing aileron. That design is known as differential type of aileron. Now what will happen? The extra upward aileron movement will produce an increase in drag on descending wing. So as we are knowing, when the aileron will get up, raise up, now wing of that size is descending. When the aileron is getting down, wing of that side is getting up. Now what will happen? If aileron will deflected more, there must be more interference drag on descending wing, and if it is going less down, opposite side aileron, if it is going less down, it has less drag. Now the overall, if you conclude like that, the drag of both wing, that is left and right wing, it will get equalized. By this factor, adverse yaw may minimize. So now, like we can conclude like that, an extra upward aileron movement than an increase in angle of attack on the downward aileron is produce an increase in drag on the descending wing, which will reduce the adverse yaw situation. Now drag are getting equalized, or due to variation of drag, generally adverse yaw situation is getting arise. Now this will minimize by equalizing the drag on left and right side of the wing. Now, Fries type of aileron. The aileron being raised pivot on an offset hinge, that is generally in Fry's types of aileron. When the aileron is bent to the downward direction, the upward surface of the main aircraft and aileron tend to have no rough or uninterrupted counter, which ultimately result in having a reduced drag. But in meanwhile, the aileron which is deflected up, they cause an excessive drag as project to the bottom surface of the aircraft. Now here what is happening? The aileron which is going upward, now it will get projected toward the airflow, or that projected, that is only in upward going aileron. In downward aileron, this complete surface will get smooth. There will no any kinds of drag will be arise while down going aileron. Now what is happen? This will create the additional drag. Now again, upgoing aileron has some more drag that will equal to the downgoing aileron side. And now adverse yaw will get minimized by this design. So this is all about aileron. Now we'll study elevator tomorrow. Thanks.